Hello, and welcome to the DR in your Pocket video tutorial. This video will help you understand the steps you should take to tailor your disaster recovery plan and prepare your response templates for use in an emergency. DR in your Pocket, a solution built in partnership with Zero Down Software, is powered by Nteraction, a content engagement platform with its own built-in communication channels. Please remember, at any time if you need help, you can reach out to contact@nteraction.com and we'll be happy to assist you. Before we get started, I'd like to familiarize you with some of the terms of DR in your Pocket. We will refer to the Disaster Recovery Plan, or DR for short. Also, you'll hear about putting content or information into cards and playlists. Here is what that means. A card is a container for content or information that you want to convey. There are several types of cards that can be utilized in DR in your Pocket, each representing the type of content that it supports. Video cards, image cards, document cards, and rich text cards are a few. Think of a card like chapters in a book. A collection of cards is grouped together to create a playlist. A playlist is simply a collection of cards that convey a complete thought or story. Think of a playlist like a book containing chapters or cards. There are a few steps to complete your DR in your Pocket solution. Let's go through them. First, review the materials in the DR in your Pocket overview playlist. This is the one marked Step 1, Setup. In this playlist, you'll see an overview of a disaster recovery plan, why it's important, and the industry standards, which have been carefully curated as the framework for DR in your Pocket. Next, you'll review instructions on how to tailor your DR plan and the other elements of the solution to suit your company's requirements. Once you have reviewed these instructions, you can begin the process of building your company's disaster recovery plan document. You'll find the Disaster Recovery Plan template attached to the card called Disaster Recovery Plan Document. This will become your company disaster recovery plan. Know that this document is a template and should be modified as appropriate for your own business. Save the Disaster Recovery Plan Word document to a safe location and be sure to identify it by version number and date. A disaster recovery plan is a living document and should be updated several times a year to ensure its contents are fresh and usable. In order to complete the disaster recovery plan, you'll need to gather your contact lists and details. This should include everyone including your executive team, emergency response team, employees, partners and vendors who make up your supply chain and customers. Once you have entered these contacts and their information, you will want to save each group as their own comma-separated spreadsheets for import into the platform. Once you have completed each of the sections of your disaster recovery plan and saved these contacts as various groups to individual spreadsheets, you are now ready to save your DR plan to a secure location. Save it both as a Word document for future editing and again, as a PDF document for distribution to share as needed. The PDF document is best used to communicate the plan to the key contacts in your organization. We suggest that you immediately attach the PDF version to the card titled Disaster Recovery Plan Document in the playlist titled Step 2 Configure. This way you will have the current version of your DR plan ready to be shared. Next, we'll prepare the Step 2 Configure playlist. This playlist is used for you to communicate your DR plan to your key personnel that would need to be familiar with it before an emergency occurs. Proceed to modify this playlist as appropriate for your business and add additional cards to communicate information that the template did not provide. Once this playlist is complete, click Publish and then Approve. The playlist is now ready to share. Next, we'll import the contacts from the spreadsheets that you created while building your DR plan. In the Contacts tab, import your contacts using a comma-separated file in the format identified in the DR plan and this playlist. As you can see, we first select the group to import into, then select the corresponding spreadsheet file to import into that group. Note that contacts can belong to more than one group, and the group designations can be modified in the administration tool. Once all of your contacts have been imported into the correct groups, you will send out the DR plan as part of the Step 2 Configure Disaster Recovery Plan playlist. You can select the group that should receive this communication and click Send. The platform will send and deliver it to all of your contacts in that group automatically. We suggest sending a copy of this to your insurance broker to make them aware of your completed DR plan. Next, you will tailor the emergency communication playlists for your business. Review each of these and tailor it to your company's requirements. These will enable you to have pre-built emergency communications for each group that you wish to notify and instruct. The antidote of timely and consistent communication can bring calm to an organization during a crisis. With that in mind, we have provided sample scripts for you to modify and suggest you provide pre-recorded videos from your CEO, CISO, or emergency response team leader, describing the process as you work through the emergency. During a real crisis, there may not be sufficient time to create these videos. However, these videos can also be added real-time and added to the playlist to provide real-time updates to your constituents. Be sure to describe what you want your contacts to know, what you want them to do in order to continue operations, what you do not want them to do so that systems do not continue to be compromised, and any directions for how to connect to your DR systems, backup, or other systems that will serve as your temporary production operation. Note that the emergency communication playlists are color-coded and intended to give you a jump start on a set of communications as you work through the emergency situation. The colors correlate to the severity. Red, for initial communication, purple for update 1, lavender for update 2, and blue for all clear, or issue resolved. There are initial communication playlists for the emergency response team, or ERT, and general audience. You may choose to clone these and make additional playlists for specific audiences you want to inform and instruct. Tailor the information, videos, and documents that you provide in each of these to communicate the update or final resolution situation. The last step is to review the automated engagement campaign provided, Cyber Incident Initial Notice, General Audience, and determine if engagement automation makes sense for your operation. Modify and tailor this campaign to your needs, and when finished, publish and approve the campaign. This automated engagement campaign can be used to send out multiple playlists over a period of time, as required, rather than manually, one at a time. Finally, it is imperative that you test your DR in your Pocket implementation by performing a tabletop test. A tabletop test is similar to a fire drill. It needs to be run in order to create muscle memory. Testing your DR plan, including sending the emergency notifications to a set of contacts, is important to ensure that the DR plan makes sense, the materials sent are correct and effective, and to identify anything that needs to be adjusted. Perform tabletop tests multiple times per year to ensure you catch business operational issues that may change and reflect them in the playlists. That's it. Congratulations! You have successfully built your company DR in your Pocket solution. We hope you never have to use it, but you'll be glad you have it, if and when an emergency situation occurs. And please remember, we're here to support you if you run into issues or have questions.